Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Motown's Wrestling Review. I am your host, the president of the Motown's Wrestling Group on Facebook, Tony Motown Allen, and we're here to discuss Monday Night Raw. But before we get into Raw, we are going to discuss Survivor Series. I'm not going to do a match-by-match review with Graves because only thing I've seen was highlights because fuck you, ESPN. And your fucking $30 a month for that bullshit. And I'm already got fucking your bullshit ass Netflix to watch fucking Monday Night Raw, and I still got fucking Peacock to watch that shit. And you want me to fuck around and spend another goddamn $30 fucking dollars a month for the fucking pay? Why don't you just go back to the $50 a month for the pay-per-views and put everything else on free TV instead of having to pay for this and pay for that and pay for this and pay for that? Fuck y'all. Anyway. Woosa. Okay, enough about that. But before I get into the review, I just want to give a shout out to Adam Cole, baby! Because it looks like his wrestling career is over. So he is one of my favorite wrestlers. When he was in NXT in his heyday, I liked him in AEW without a doubt, though, but it just wasn't the same. And it's a shame that his career was cut short. So, special shout out to Adam Cole, baby. Now, on Survivor Series, I'm not doing these in order because I don't know what the order was. I just kind of seen highlights here and there and everything. But we had Stephanie McCure taking on Nikki Bella, and I would put it on both of them like this. Stephanie more than Nikki, of course. Because Stephanie's a total package. She looks good. She's good in the ring. She's everything. Nikki Bella is fucking bone up Barbie. That I would probably fuck like a dirty whore in the alley. Anywho. It was kind of cool because I saw like her do the devil's kiss on Nikki Bella on an announce table. Ah. Yeah. And I also saw the corkscrew moonsault that she did to end the match. I'm happy that this shit with Nikki Bella is over. Fuck her, move on. Then we had John Cena, the never seen 17, defending his Intercontinental Championship against Dirty Dom. Now, if you saw my last review, you saw that not only did I pick Stephanie McCure, which who didn't pick Stephanie McCure? Honestly, like, did anybody honestly think that Nikki Bella was going to win? That was pretty much a give me. But y'all saw that I said Dirty Dom was going to win back the Intercontinental Championship, and he did. He did. Just like I predicted. 2-0 for Survivor Series. Dirty Dom is the greatest Mysterio of all times. He is the king of the luchadors. He is the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time. And he did it all by himself. More or less. So Dirty Dom did have a little bit of help. Pretty much irrelevant, to be honest with you. It didn't factor into the decision of the match. But had a little bit of help from JD McDonough and Finn Balor. Got a little bit of help from the ladies, Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez and her. Oh my God, Roxanne Perez is growing on me, and I'll admit Roxanne Perez is making me grow as well. But Roxanne Perez hit Pop Rocks on John Cena, which was pretty impressive. But none of that shit really mattered. That was just a little fluff for the match. It wasn't like it played any kind of part in the outcome of the match. But I gotta say, the return of Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan comes back out there, slaps Dirty Dom, apparently, but it might have just been a little brush for show. Then she jumps in John Cena's arms and hugs him. And then the facial expression change. And then the kick to the nuts. The 619. The 1-2-3. And now Dirty Dominic Mysterio is your two-time Intercontinental Champion. And they're still having this tournament to decide who's going to wrestle John Cena in his last match and everything, and making it seem like it's going to be a big deal to be the one to retire John Cena. This motherfucker has been beaten by Dirty Dom Mysterio. He's been beaten by Brock fucking Lesnar. He's been beaten by Cody Rhodes. This retirement tour is a fucking pin me, pay me tour. The fuck? Babyface John Cena can't do shit. Heel John Cena, on the other hand. Heel John Cena's whooping some ass. I don't know if babyface John Cena beat anybody yet. And next month ain't gonna be any different. And I'll get into that when we get into my my Raw review. The women's women's Survivor Series match, I've seen some highlights of it. Io Sky did the garbage can thing again. I guess she's now the War Games Kofi Kingston. Every year she's gonna do a dive off the top of the cage with the garbage can. There's not many ways you could do that spot other than one, and it was impressive the first time, cool the second, but now it's getting old. It's getting old. But the match itself was pretty good from what I saw, from the highlights and everything. I saw that Last Legend got the fucking miss from Asuka, Ike Turner herself, when Charlotte saved Rhea. I saw my boo, Skippy herself, slap the Black Widow on fucking Becky bitch-ass Lynch, and she made that bitch Becky tap like a bitch. Thank you, boo. Thank you. Now, in the men's War Games, seen some highlights of this. I saw that Brock Lesnar came out towards the end, the last one for his team. He met Roman Reigns when he came out. They were doing some brawling, F5 on Roman at the table. A lot of good exchanges in this and everything. But Bronson Reed, well, fucking tsunamis across the board. Tsunami and fucking everybody. And Braun Breaker looked really good in this. But they had a mystery guy. Some guy in the hood came in, climbed over into the cave, down to the floor, kicked CM Punk and curb stomped him to help the Dangerous Alliance get the win. But we don't know who the mystery guy is, which is kind of cool because we got to see how this plays out. Apparently, Seth is too injured to return. Doesn't look like it's him. Even though we thought he was too injured to return when he returned to cash in the Money in the Bank. So you can't completely rule him out. But it looks like it's not him, though. It's kind of intriguing how they're doing this and everything. But I really kind of like to see them go back to traditional War Games. When War Games first started, you didn't have this long entrance eating up some of the clock because they were at ringside. Like, you had on two cages. On one cage, outside of one cage was one team. On the outside of the other cage was another team. When it was time to go in, they were right there to go in there. And the other thing that they need to have is put the fucking top back on the damn cage. That was the whole point of War Games. Lock them in, keep people out. This is nothing but a glorified cage match. But I diverse. It's really kind of hard for me to say, like, pick a match of the night, moment of the night, and tap out of the night. Well, I could pick a moment of the night. And that was fucking the return of Liv Morgan. Because of everything I've seen, that was by far the thing I enjoyed the most. That's the thing that got the most view hits off of me, though. But, man, spent a pretty decent amount of time on the fucking PLE that I didn't even watch. But let's get into fucking Monday Night Raw. And speaking of my moment of the night from Survivor Series, Monday Night Raw kicks off with Dirty Dominic Mysterio riding in with his boo Liv Morgan in the lowrider, just like his daddy, Eddie Guerrero himself. And when they got out of it, he had his AAA title. And have y'all noticed that Liv Morgan be rocking her Intercontinental title so much you almost think it's hers? But good to see them show up and everything. And then Raw kicks off with Rhea Ripley and Io Sky in a ring. Talking about War Games, but it's not over. They won a shot at the women's tag team titles. Then Charlotte and Alexa Bliss come out. Spitting fact, to be honest with you, because if anybody deserves a shot, it's the former champions who never got a rematch. But this led to like them booking the main event for Monday Night Raw. It's going to be Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss taking on Rhea Ripley and Io Sky to determine who's going to be the number one contenders for the women's tag team titles. And then later on the show, you saw Bayley and Lara Valkyria wants to throw their name in the hat as well. So everybody's after these tag team titles. I'll be honest with you, between those three teams, your tag team champions, Judgment Day themselves and everything. The women's tag team division is actually looking okay right now. It's not great, but it's okay. And now it's time to do some yeeting. 4 letters, 1 word. Yeet. Jay Uso come out yeeting with the kids, yeeting with everybody. We got everybody out there yeeting. Unfortunately for my mom, Michael Coley out there to yeet with him, but that's okay. That's okay, because we fucking yeeting. We yeeting. And this is a semifinal match, and last time is now tournament, and he is taking on L.A. Knight. Yeah! This is a match I can kind of see going either way. I think both of them deserve to move on, but unfortunately both of them can't move on. I really think that LA Knight, going into the match before I even knew who won it, this felt like LA Knight needed this more. And I thought he was going to lose when Jay Uso hit him with the spear and then came off with a beautiful splash off the rope. But then LA Knight kicked out, rolled him over, 1, 2, 3. LA Knight got the win, which I kind of like the finish of this match. I gave the match itself a B+. I thought it was really good, but Jay Uso looked pretty upset. Ended up destroying the fucking Prime table with all the drinks on there. Just distraught over the fact that he lost again. And then we have Judgment Day out at ringside. Not at ringside. I'm sorry. Judgment Day out at the ring. They didn't have Liv Morgan out there quite yet, but they were out there talking about basically, not say they. The one who was doing all the talking was Dirty Dom Mysterio and everything. Thanked his boys and everything for the help. No, got a lot of help from everybody. But then he brought out his boo back. Liv Morgan came out there and she did a lot of talking on how they're going to fix the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day are basically jokes. Basically, everybody think they're breaking up. But now that she's back, they're going to fix all of that, though. So it's good to see Liv Morgan back. It's good to see the Judgment Day back together. It's good to see, we were all expecting, Liv Morgan to be feuding with the women and everything over Dirty Dom Mysterio and everything, though. But right now, you got, a happy group of Judgment Day people. I hope that JD and Finn take the tag team titles off of AJ and whoever he got it with, whatever mascot he got it with. Dragon Lee. I want to see Judgment Day draped in gold. I want to see them have the men's tag team titles. I want to see Pop Rocks herself and Raquel Rodriguez win back the tag team titles. And as much as it pains me to say this, because I will put it on Stephanie McCure like that. But I think the last member of the Judgment Day to win some gold is going to be Liv Morgan winning the women's world title from Stephanie McCure. I think she is going to be the one that ends up taking the title from her. There's going to be a lot of cheating. It's going to be Roxanne Perez. It's going to be Raquel Rodriguez. It's going to be Dirty Dom himself. It's going to be a 4-on-1 handicap match when she takes the title. But I could definitely see Liv Morgan taking the title and seeing the Judgment Day draped in gold again. And speaking of gold and the tag team titles, AJ Styles, the phenomenal AJ Styles, and Dragon Lee, there's another match wrestler. Sometimes I'm getting to a point I can't even tell these guys apart and everything when they come out there. But Dragon Lee's teaming up with AJ to take it on the New Day. You know why? Because New Day rock. New Day rocks. I was really hoping the New Day won the tag team titles, but they didn't. But it was a pretty impressive finish to this match because Kofi was hanging on the ropes, just kind of bouncing on the ropes. Dragon Lee jumped off the turnbuckle into Kofi with a double stomp. Kofi ricocheted off the ropes, and AJ caught him and hit him with the Styles Clash. That was impressive as fuck. I'm not going to lie. I've been watching wrestling for over 40 years, damn near 45 years of watching wrestling. That was one of the more impressive tag team moves that I've spent. And I love tag team wrestling, especially back in the day. The Road Warriors, the Midnight Express. You talk about some great tag teams back in the day, the Harlem Heat. But as far as tag team finishes go, I know they can't do that all the time because a lot of people can't pull it off because you also need a good dance partner like Kofi Kingston as well. That was just a great combination to win the match. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I gave the match an A-. And then we get the Vision, a.k.a. the Dangerous Alliance. And Paul Heyman basically thanked everybody from the men's War Games, gave the mic to to Braun Breaker. They announced that Braun Breaker will be taking on CM Punk on Monday Night Raw, January 5th on Netflix, and then Braun Breaker proceeded to cut a promo out this world, to be honest with you. Going so far as to say that like CM Punk is upset that he's not as big of a star as his wife. Had a lot of shit to say with a lot of anger, hostility. Throwing out there how the fact that like I guess when he got called up to the main roster that CM Punk said, "Welcome to the main roster now. See if you can cut a promo." Well, he fucking did, and he dropped that fucking mic. Everybody was just like, "Damn!" I say, Dirty Dominic Mysterio is really the son of Eddie Guerrero. Braun Breaker, I think, is really the son of Scott Steiner, not Rick. To be honest with you, great fucking promo. Thoroughly enjoyed it, and I'm actually looking forward to the match with him and CM Punk. Next, we have Gunther taking on Solo Sikoa, and last time is now match to see who will be taking on LA Knight on Friday Night SmackDown. Very hard-hitting match. I'll be honest with you, Gunther always put on bangers on matches and everything, but I really thought this was one of Solo's best matches. Even though Solo lost this match, I thought he looked really, really good in this match. I mean, people talk about how he looked against Roman Reigns when he lost the Ula Fala to him. No, this was a good L for Solo Sikoa. But, yeah, Gunther did move on with a win. I did like when Solo went for the spike and then Gunther just chopped the shit out of him. But, like I said, overall, really good match. I gave this match an A-. Gunther did hit Solo with a low blow and then powerbombed him and everything. So it was nice that like Solo looked good in this match. He did lose, but he lost, but he didn't lose clean. I thought it was good for both guys overall. But I see Gunther taking out LA Knight on SmackDown. I see Gunther taking on John Cena at in his last match on Saturday Night's Main Event in a couple weeks. So that's just how I see it going. And the main event, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss taking on Rio, as they call themselves. Rhea and Io, which is now Rio. I can't wait to see what the mastermind Bobby Rogers from the Future Focus podcast thinks of Rhea Ripley and Io Sky being known as Rio. The match itself was pretty decent. It just had but the Kabuki Warriors came out and caused a WDQ, or just the match be thrown out, whatever the case may be. Gave the match itself a B-. But they were fighting in there and everything, and then out comes Bayley and Laura Valkyria to jump into the match because they want a shot at the title. Then out of nowhere, you saw Liv Morgan taking one of them out, and the Women of Judgment Day got involved in everything, you know. So you had like 5 women's tag team all brawling to end Monday Night Raw. So it's going to be interesting to see how this is going to play out as far as like who or how many of these teams get the next shot at the tag team titles. So pretty good Raw overall. And I honestly, Survivor Series seemed like it was pretty good as well. I'll be back on I'll be back for my Friday Night SmackDown review. More than likely that'll be sometime on Saturday. And thank you for joining me. Make sure you like the video and subscribe. If you're not part of the Motown's Wrestling group on Facebook, make sure you join. And special shout out to the First Lady of Motown's Wrestling group, Ty, holding it down for me. Keep it up. Keep it up. And this is her birthday month too, though. So if you're part of the Motown's Wrestling group, just remember Ty's birthday is coming up real soon. So stay tuned, and I'll see you next time.